Hello, everyone, and welcome to Leadership and Neurodiversity. This is the May 3rd, 2025 video, and we've got a busy agenda today. First, what I want to explain is why I didn't do a video in April at all. Now, first off, I did an article for LinkedIn and for my Leadership and Neurodiversity website that came out on Autism Acceptance Day, April 2nd. And then, if you've been following the news in the United States, a lot has been going on with a registry and saying that autism is a scourge or an epidemic, and they're going to search for the causes of it and try to eliminate those causes. And quite frankly, I didn't feel safe putting a video up. In addition, they were talking about ADHD people being put into wellness camps, and I didn't feel safe putting out a video. So I decided not to do a video for this month. I feel a lot better now because of what's happened. I'll go into that later in this video. Next item I want to talk about is a major change in the dissertation project. The original project, which was a leadership development program for autistic people, run by autistic people, had to be changed. I think it's a good project. It would work. It would have worked as a dissertation project if one of three conditions were true. One, I would have to have a master's in organizational leadership. Two, I would have to have leadership experience, or three, already have to have a PhD. Since I don't have any of those three, I feel that that's not a viable project for me. I am going to be doing a different project, which will be hopefully focusing on neurodivergent women leaders of color in the United States and the United Kingdom. I think it's a good project. It's actually going to be a faster project than the original one. I think I can do that in 2 to 2.5 years time total, from starting with the qualifying paper at the beginning of 2026. I will, just so you know, I only have one class to finish before I qualify for the qualifying paper. That class will start July 7th and will run until August 17th. I'm planning on finishing the requirements a lot sooner than that. I will be participating in the class, however, so it will be going until August 17th. I think then I have to get one more residency unit, which I can pick up at the September Immersion Weekend at Indiana Tech. I can do that one of two ways. I can either attend one session, claim the credit, and go from there, or I can write a 10-page paper on the topic related to the subject of the weekend, and I can go either way with that. I'm planning on going to the Immersion Weekend because I think it was a very good one for me, this last one, and I want to talk about that next. I spent last weekend at Indiana Tech. Again, I was very cautious about going. I let my concerns be known on Thursday night. I met with several people on Friday. My concerns have been dealt with. I feel like I got a lot done over the weekend as well. Met with several professors. Discuss my change in topic. Let me know it's still going to be a qualitative analysis of based research project, because I believe in capturing the true voice of the people that I'm working with. And for me to do that, I need for what they actually say to be what's in the research. It's called transcendental phenomenology, and it's basically a lived experience project. So that's the short and sweet of it. But I got I got basically all my concerns addressed. I was very concerned. I still am in the back of my mind about never having a leadership role. I think that's going to be that's something that we can address hopefully in the near future. So let's talk about the direction that leadership and neurodiversity is going to go in because of the change in project. It still is going to exist. It's still going to be a regular series of videos. It's going to be probably once a month or so. I'd like to get one video in between now and Neurodiversity Pride and Autistic Pride Day, which is mid-June, and then one for that week as well, and then we'll go into July. There's not going to be a hiatus this summer because I don't have. I really do. I think I'm fine with doing videos regularly now. The summer sessions are going to be interesting. I think it's going to be probably a little less formal, but I also want to talk about the class that I'm going to be doing, which is basically a class on international organizational management. Long story short, this class is going to be, it serves as the intro to the organizational leadership triad. There's three groups classes you have to take in my program. And the organizational leadership triad starts with the course that I'm taking. Ironically, it's my last course, and typically it's done in the first 18 credits. So that's an interesting development. I think that we have set it up so it wasn't intentional, but it just came out this way, and I'm fine with it. I think I'm going to be doing the work in advance, the actual class work in advance, so I can focus more on the rest of the year, which I'm going to have off which will start in August 17th officially. And I'm going to be writing out my theories and putting all my theories together into a book format. And we'll see where it goes from there. It's just for me. I'm probably going to self-publish it, but we'll see. I do have 2 months off between classes. I have a couple of projects I want to work on. Um, that I will introduce in future videos, and I'll introduce it on LinkedIn and on Leadership and Neurodiversity. Not everything is related to leadership and neurodiversity. I will say that there's some other pet projects I'm going to be working on that I think people are going to be interested in. Going to be reviving a project that I had started, and then I'm going to be introducing a new one, and we'll see what happens. So let's talk about the future video schedule. As I've mentioned, I'm gonna try to get one in between now and mid June. I'll probably have one in between, and then one in mid June. Going to get one in July, one in August, and September. We'll go from there. Probably the July one, I'll be talking about the class that I'm taking, and then in August I'll wrap up the class and do a pretty quick summary of the class and going into the next segment. And from there, September, I'll be just probably doing it right in Fort Wayne when I'm at the Immersion Weekend. I'll probably do one right before then. So one piece I want to talk about as well is fundraising merchandise that I had considered. I think I mentioned in the last video I was going to be considering some stuff, and what I found out was that only about half of it can be done now because of the tariffs that have been put in place by the current presidential administration of the United States. I unfortunately, the pens can't be reproduced as they were, and I showed some of this on LinkedIn. None of the pens can be reproduced, but I can get other pens from U.S. distributors, and I'm still committed to that. What's going to happen is I'm pushing back the start of that to June, start of the fundraising merchandise, so I can get some pens in. And the bottle openers and keychain combination, that's fine. I can have that done. That's not a problem. I think there's some other things I'm going to be working on. I'm going to be trying to create some stuff on my own, and we'll be introducing this slowly but surely starting in June. It's probably right around that mid-June mark, and I apologize for any inconvenience related to that. So I think that's it for this video. I apologize for the briefness. I think I got everything in. And I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be, again, hopefully later this month. I'll see you in the next one.